Hello again. I started a series of short responses about networking. Today, as part of this ongoing series, I want to talk with you today about, or in this short video, about how to think about how you share your experiences in the context of a networking exchange. And I will offer you three pieces of advice, actually five, but a good colleague of mine, Andre Phillips, for years, whenever I heard him talk, he would always stand up at a podium and say, or in a group, he said, I'm going to tell you three things. And Andre always told you five things, but he would always start by saying, here's three. So these are three ideas, actually five, that will help you think about how to think about when you're sharing your experiences. And I've written them down to make sure I get them kind of right. First, it's really important to know your audience. Know who you're speaking to, who's in the room, why they're there, what the context is, because that will matter, right? You want to shape and inform how you listen and how you respond. So know your audience, be thoughtful, be intelligent, do some background, do some research, and arrive early so that you can talk to people. But know your audience, know who's there, and know why they're there. Second is measure your responses. When I get nervous, I talk a great deal, perhaps too much in some of these videos. And it's important to measure your response. Typically what I will try to do, if I'm in a networking event and I'm meeting someone for the first time, I will try to gauge if they're giving me a 15 or 20 second response, I try to mirror that back and give them 15 to 20 seconds. If they're giving me 30 seconds, I might give them sort of 20 to 30 seconds. But I never want to go beyond where they are, because I'm not saying you're going to be like me, but when I start to talk and if I get nervous, I get caught up in my own thoughts, and then I'm thinking about telling a story and I'm not reading the visual cues. So I try to be much shorter than the person that I'm speaking with. And then if they want to know more, ask them, or let them ask you more questions, right? Third, be authentic and honest. This is not about you're putting on a mask or a veil, right? It's you're putting on your best, your best foot forward, right, or your best self. But you don't in any way want to be fake. You want to be authentic and honest. This moves into the fourth piece. You want to respond with integrity. And it's okay to challenge a question or a statement in a respectful manner, right? You don't have to be jello, or you don't have to, concede everything if in fact you think that a statement is either factually incorrect, or if it just rubs against your ethics or your values or what you believe to be correct. It's okay to have an honest conversation in a respectful way, in a way that you are not either embarrassing or shaming or being ungracious to your host or the event. There's always a time to do that more privately, particularly if you're in a public setting. So it's okay to push back, respond with integrity. It's okay to be part of a challenging conversation, but do so with humility and be incredibly gracious. Really important to check your lens. We all have blind spots about how we view a particular topic. Think about that and really keep that at the forefront of your thoughts in terms of how you respond. Just emotionally, because understand that your body will react much more quickly than your words will. So just know where you are, know what your previous blind spots have been. It's always harder to know what you don't know, but think about those kinds of things and And when you leave the event, ask your friends for feedback and give feedback. The final piece is, oftentimes you're in these events and you're in a small crowd or a small group, and people often want to look for airtime. They want to make their point, they want to be known. Sometimes the best way to be known is to be an incredibly thoughtful listener, to follow up on a question that maybe someone else has raised that's not your own, but you're contributing to the conversation, you're filling in gaps, you're moving things forward. That quality will be recognized by the individual who is perhaps the most senior person in the group. They will recognize that, and you can follow up at an appropriate time afterwards, and you might be able to say, dear, Alice, or dear Takira, or dear Tiffany, or dear John. Wasn't able to sort of follow up directly to several of the points that you raised during the conversation, but this is kind of what I thought about, and I'd like to kind of follow up with you. So those are the main points. Know your audience, measure your response, be authentic, respond with integrity, and know that it's okay to challenge. Check your lens and be incredibly gracious. Above all, be gracious, be mindful, be respectful. That will be understood. Have a great day. We'll check back in with you later on today.